Aaron C. says, how much do belts weigh? Dumb question, I know. But I want to know that too, because as a fan, you always hear, oh, I got the 20 pounds of gold, bro. But is it 20 pounds? Because I've held some titles. I remember somebody made us a reality wrestling television championship.
Oh, man.
Do you remember that thing? Do you remember that thing? So let me tell the story real quick. Somebody brought they were like, it's the first time they're making a belt, and they sent pictures of it, and it looked beautiful. It's the same design that we have now for the TV title, but it looked beautiful. So they bring it in. And I remember the guy saying, hey, can we go show it to Book? I'm like, oh yeah, absolutely. So, hey, Book, can we come in? Yeah. And so they have this belt in this bag, and they hand it to you, and it must have weighed 40 pounds. Like, no joke. It must have weighed 40 pounds, and it was as big as as big as your shoulder.
Right.
It was huge.
Who's gonna wear this?
And I remember, I think like the TV champ at the time was Cameron Cole, and he was like, am I supposed to wear that around my waist?
Oh man, the WCW title, man, was the heaviest title that I ever wore, man. I mean, the original WCW title, the big gold that Ric Flair wore back in the day, had a bend in the top of it. I never knew where that bend came from. And
everyone always wanted to know where the bend came from.
I always wondered where the bend came. I was so proud to wear that championship just because, Ric Flair, after I won the title, we was at some bar somewhere. Ric Flair, he came to me and he goes, Book, I'm passing the torch to you, brother. And I was like, man, that's pretty awesome. I was pretty taken aback from that right there, because I've been around Ric Flair for many, many, many years. I remember wrestling Ric Flair as a youngster in WCW in a singles match. And, there again, I started at the bottom of that company, and then to have earned the respect of Ric Flair over the years, it was pretty cool for Ric Flair to come and tell me that, he's passing the torch to me. Man, that meant a whole lot. That meant that kid, that worked all the way from the bottom, all the way to the top to actually get that praise from someone like Ric Flair. And, Rick right now is, one of my best friends, man. I mean, before this pandemic thing went down, he had often invited me to go to St. Martin, a private island, with him and his wife. And I couldn't go because, the WWE backstage and whatnot. But for him to actually offer me, or invite me to, do something like that with him, show how much he respect me and how much did he look at me as, a peer and a friend. It means a whole lot. Like I say, to have worked my way from the bottom and to establish myself to get to a certain point, because I always looked at Ric Flair as one of the guys that I wanted to be like in a certain way, not the outside antics, the women and all that stuff, but but I always looked at Ric Flair as a blueprint of what it took to make it to the top of the business. That being, one of the guys that have the hardest work ethic, the guy that go out and, go above and beyond the call of duty to be the best in the ring as well as out of the ring, because I was told there again by Tiger Conway, you got to know how to be a champion in the ring as well as out of the ring all the time. And Ric Flair, he definitely projected that in so many different ways. Like I said, work from the bottom to all the way to the top of the company, to close it down as the world heavyweight champion, and to get to have the respect of all my peers. That means the world.
Yeah, man. Rick was on he was on Steve Austin's show on the network the other day, and I was watching him, and he's sitting there talking, and I was looking at him, and he still looks like the Nature Boy. He's still got the nice suit on. He's got the necklace. He's got the bracelets, the rings, and then he was wearing a Rolex on one arm, and this is why Ric Flair's forever a legend. He's got his Rolex and an Apple Watch on the same wrist. You know what I mean? He's just styling and profiling still. But before we move on, look at that. I found this right here. There you go, Buck. There was that big championship. Now, I don't know if look at Book. Book has big hands.
Oh,
and
my God.
The side plates are as big as your hands.
Yeah, that thing is huge, man.
It's massive.
Huge belt. It looked beautiful, though. It looked beautiful.
It's a very pretty championship.
Belt, put that something on eBay.
It was huge. I don't know what ever happened to it.